we've got 140 new jobs in the state of Montana.
Cool. Yeah, isn't that great? Probably the biggest thing I hear on the trail is what's your alternative? Well, we have them. What we wanted to do with the stimulus package, it's interesting because the stimulus package that they passed, and I voted no, cost a little over $800 billion plus interest. That's $1 trillion. We suggested that if we suspended all payroll taxes on every working American for 1 year, that's $1 trillion. We could have suspended all payroll taxes for 1 year, or we could have suspended it for 6 months, collected 6 months, suspended 6 months, collected, same $1 trillion. Think of the stimulus to the economy that was. And this whole cash for clunkers is a reflection of how badly people want to be out there in the marketplace buying and selling. They just don't have the money. And rather than picking and choosing winners and losers, wouldn't it have been better to suspend all payroll taxes for every working American for 1 year? Got no consideration. We tried. We suggested lowering the payroll tax from 15 to 10 and 10 to 5. And if we had done that, 550,000 tax filers in Montana would have seen a reduction in their taxes. 550,000 people. Now, there's only 960,000 of us, and a lot of those are kids. So that would touch almost all of the working Montanans just by lowering 2 tax categories alone, rather than 12 cents on the dollar of their stimulus package going to something that was fairly stimulative, construction, and the other 88 cents went to increase social spending. So they got the priorities all mixed up, and we're doing everything we can to create an alternative, better solution, options. And right now, I think the American public is starting to catch on, and that's where you're starting to see the anger at some of these town hall meetings. And it's not just health care; it's across the board on spending, stimulus package, the debt that's being created, immigration policy, lack of an energy policy, and ultimately health care reform.
Well, if someone wants to air some of this, get it off their chest, you said you're still doing several more sessions. Where are you going to be today and throughout this week?
Well, today I'm meeting with the Billy's Clinic. I'm over at St. Vincent's. I've got a meeting with the Chamber. Of course, my handy staffer just handed me stuff. Meeting with the Montana-Wyoming Tribal Leaders Council. I'm on the road tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm up in Great Falls working that area. The next day I'm in Missoula. The next day I'm in Polson, Kalispell. The next day I'm in Cut Bank and Shelby. So I'm continually traveling to all 56 counties. That was the promise I made, that when I was elected I'd be in all 56 counties every Congress, and it takes quite a bit of time. As I suggested, there's 147,000 square miles in Montana, and so it means I'm on the road all the time. I came in yesterday from Missoula, got in about 7:30 last night, and got a haircut at 6:30 this morning, and off we go. Met you at 7, and we're on the trail.
Fantastic. Well, I know you still got a lot of stops to make. I appreciate you making this one this morning, and I thank you so much for your time, sir.
My pleasure. Thank you.
It's great to have you, and again, our studio is open for you anytime.
And I appreciate you opening it up to the people that respect you enough to listen to your program, because
all 3 of them.
If I don't have access, there's just no opportunity for me to communicate, because I really don't want to have my message filtered through the media. If I have to rely on nationally on ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, New York Times, and such, Washington Post, it's just not going to happen. So I need you, I need Facebook, I need radio and television really in Montana is a great medium, and of course I go around to the weekly and the daily newspapers, but also got Facebook. Get on Facebook. Every speech I give on the House floor is on there. Comments in and out, I check it myself. I kind of enjoy doing that. And also Twitter, which sounds a little odd.
You tweet.
Yeah, I tweet. I'm a Twitterer, and it's always funny because I had a listening session in Jordan last week, and some of those old guys up there, cowboys, look at me like, we knew he'd turn to Washington. He now tweets. You got to be careful. But again, you got to communicate. That's the key. And isn't it great we live in a society where you now can know what your congressmen and senators are doing or not doing in Washington?
Absolutely. Don't have to rely on the Pony Express anymore.
Correct.
All right. Well, Congressman Denny Rehberg, it's been a pleasure, and I know you've got some other stops to make. We're going to pay a couple bills, get you some more great rocking country. Stick around at 7:17 here at the bar.